of. So teachers are giving constant feedback, so students can go backwards and go to the work again and improve what they're doing and present it again. So it's this learning process which is open, and this evaluating process which they are possessing, what they're in possession of. I don't know if I explained it very well, but so the process is open all the time. Okay. So this is a brief and quick explanation of the project. So I'll be very glad to respond to any questions that you may require.
Thank you very much, Laura. It was really clear. Any questions? I mean, the debate about the key competences for sustainability, we will do it later. But if you have any specific question about the project, you can do it now. I had just a very practical one. That how long? Just to imagine how long it is a project.
12 weeks.
12 weeks. Okay.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Can we go ahead?
Yes, of course. Yeah. Sorry, I didn't saw your hand. Sorry.
Yes, thank you. Well, it sounds like an excellent project. My question is, can you give us an example of what kind of proposals the students came up with that were outstanding proposals of what to do with refugees?
Well, I can provide you with the conclusions of specific conclusions of the project of the groups. Sorry, but the idea is that there is a conference. There is a conference on the class, and they are debating. Yes, the important thing is not what the solution is, but how they reach the solution, how they discuss. Okay, because they're kids, they're 14-year-old kids, so the solutions, we must say, are won't save the world. But the important thing is how they discuss, how they defend their own rights, and accepting the others' responses and the others' rights. And this discussion is what is interesting, yeah. And well, but this is the point. Okay, if you are interested in a specific conclusion, I can look for it, and can no problem to say what happened in a specific class. But that's it.
Any other question? No, so maybe we can go through the other project, and then we have a discussion of both projects. It's okay? So Patricia, if you want to start. Oops, sorry. We cannot hear you, Patricia.
I think there were another question in the chat, but I don't know if
sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah. I cannot see the chat. Okay, can you have the question? Can you do the question? Cannot see who is.
Hi.
Hi.
Representing right now an NGO in the United Nations. It's called Kinder Energy. And basically what we are doing is trying to, well, make the children change the world, okay? So that they have ideas, but these ideas not only stay in the class, but move towards other institutions. And now we're promoting many projects with children. So basically you have presented a very interesting project in which you spoke about refugees. And so we don't know if you thought about these ideas coming to other institutions so that, well, more elderly people and more experienced people can learn from those enthusiasm about children.
Right, this is a very challenging proposal, which I take. So it will be nice to contact you if you want, and we can talk about this and see how we can, yes, you can regulate these ideas. Okay, so thank you.
Okay, thank you. So maybe we can go to the second project then.
Okay, so my name is Patrícia Santos. I'm part of the Universitat Pompeu Fabra, And I'm going to present our project that is part of an elective course of the engineering school. That this is an elective course that different students from different degrees from the engineering school they can select. No, so this course is called person-machine interaction, and this has a duration of 10 weeks. And during the 10 weeks, what they need to do is to develop a project that answers this question. No, this is a student design challenge, and our question is why human-computer interaction technologies can be key in our quest to hit the Sustainable Development Goals. Then, if we go next, the next slide. So we propose this design challenge. And in this design challenge, we propose students in groups of 3 or 4 to contribute to this challenge by submitting interactive prototypes that integrate novel human-computer interaction technologies, especially based on maker technologies. So what they need to do is to decide which problem that is framed in the context of the Sustainable Development Goals they want to solve or to improve. So they are free to decide if they want to focus their problem in one of specific SDG or in a combination of them. So the aim of the project should be focused on contributing to the support of the agenda for SDGs. No. So the idea of this project is that it's framed in an authentic context, and the problem should be associated with the real world. No. And we have observed how this is really relevant, no, for the students from a personal point of view, but also from a social and professional point of view. No. So they decide the problem to be solved, and first of all, what we do is, if you go next slide, what we combine as a methodology in this course is a combination of the design thinking methodology that now I'm going to introduce very briefly, and we combine it with all the theoretical learning and practical learning that we teach in the course, no, about human-computer interaction and maker technologies, no, and also human-centered design methods. So what we do is to apply design thinking, going step by step, no, and also if you are familiar with this methodology, one particular characteristic of this methodology is that it's iterative. So first of all, what we do is to start with the emphasizing, no, with the emphasize phase. And what we do is that even before they define their problem, first of all, they select the SDG or the combination of SDGs that they would like to explore further, no? But what we say is that they still don't know the problem that they want to explore because it's very early, no? So we encourage them to emphasize, and this means to explore, to contact people that is connected with this problem that they want to understand better, and to find evidences, no, that allows them to define better the problem that they want to solve. So they start by this inquiry process and the exploration of literature, but also by reaching people and by observing the real context that is affected by the problem that they want to solve. And once they do this collection of information, they are able to go to the next step, that is define the problem. So maybe they started with a very big problem that now they are able to convert in more smaller problems, no? That probably they can work better in a 10 weeks duration, no? So then they are able to define the problem better, and once they define the problem, we start with the creative part of this, that is to find ideas to solve the problem, no? So they don't think about solutions until they arrive to this phase. Sometimes this is difficult because in engineering, they are very used to think about solutions super in early stages. But here, what we say is no, first you need to understand very well the problem in order to be able to think about solutions. No? So in this case, in ideation, we apply different techniques from sketching, from brainstorming, to think about different ideas that could help to solve the problem that they have defined in the previous phase. Then in this process, they decide which idea is the best one or combination of ideas. And then in the next phase, what they do is the prototype. Also here it says testing. Testing means to make tangible your ideas. And here in this phase, we start by using not only technology, real technology, but also paper, or any material that you have to make your model and make it real. So they can evaluate it with the real people that is affected by the problem. So if we go next, then we can see here different examples of prototypes that have been developed in the context of the 2 editions of the course that we have done so far. I have to say that before having these tangible ideas, they have done sketches, paper prototyping. So we don't go directly to the tangible version of it. So if I say something about each point here, is that the intellectual challenge and accomplishment is based on a real problem, based on the SDGs. And the intellectual challenge is that what we say to them is that they need to select a problem that motivates them, that they have a personal connection, an emotional connection with the problem, so they will be motivated to solve it. Then the authenticity is that, as I have said, this is framing a real world situation. And the challenge is that they need to think about solutions that can be applied for real with technology that exists at the moment. They do a demo at the end of the 10 weeks. I have to say that it's not totally public because this is in a context of the course, but we invite the students also to publish their results in social media. And here you can see you have access to some videos. So the collaboration is a collaborative work. So they work in teams of 3 and 4. Also, they can exchange information with the other teams in the same course. And something that we have done this year for the first time also is that we have collaborated with the Fab Labs from Barcelona. So we have been exchanging information with them. Maybe in the future also we can involve other institutions, So the project management it has to be done by them during the 10 weeks. So they have a timeline. Also, they have some submissions to do during the 10 weeks in order to fit the time, So, and this connects with the reflection because we don't have only a submission at the very end. We have different submissions that have to be with the different techniques that they apply. But also what we do is because at the end, what they need to do is a final report that it has a format of a learning journal, a journal article. And they combine it with a video demo and a presentation. But in the middle, they have an interim report. Also, what we do is a learning journal during the 10 weeks. So they reflect about the process of learning and how to apply it to the project. I think that this is more or less my summary. So if you have questions or comments, please let me know.
Thank you very much, Patricia. Here I see a comment that if we can put the Canva of, let's see, of the high quality project-based learning. So, well, maybe we can put it, yes, through the presentation, no? Let's see. Okay, this is the Canva of the. This is what you were meaning, Rob? Or you wanted the one that you could write it?
On the slide, there are URLs to see the prototypes. So they're too hard to copy.
Oh, yeah, yes, I will copy the links. Then I know what you mean.
Okay.
No, the demos is a couple of videos. I will include it now in the chat.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks. Do you have any questions for Patricia? No, I also was curious about what kind of prototypes they were doing, because I could not imagine what are the real products that they do. I know.
Yeah, I will copy now the videos, and you will see
that would be really nice.
There are different examples, because some of them they decide to do something that affects climate change, but others they decide to solve problems that connect with the smart cities. So you will see different examples of projects, no? Mm-hmm. I will copy now, because the best way to imagine this is to see the videos.
Yes. Okay, so I will share with you through the chat the link. I don't know if
what type of?
Can you see the link?
What type of problem? Not yet.
Yes, Rob. Do you have a question, Rob?
Oh yes. When you're doing this, are there problems you run into with some students get excited and know what to do, or do some of them kind of lost?
Can you hear, Patricia?
Yeah, in general, they at the end decide. No, they maybe at the beginning they have problems to decide on one topic, but they at the end, when they explore further and when we encourage them to explore the different SDGs, they decide one topic. But it's true that some of them, for instance, this year we had 3 projects that were related with smart traffic lights and with smart cities. So what we encourage to them is to discuss between them as well, to the different groups, no? Also because then they do not arrive to the same type of solution, but also to see if they have commonalities. So, but it's up to them to decide the problem that they want to solve, and I don't want to bias them. So I try to only encourage them to explore further, and that they have to be motivated by the idea that they decide to solve.
That's great.
Any other question? I mean, we have now 8 minutes. I shared with you this Jamboard because the idea it was if we could put some ideas about if we see how these key competencies for sustainability are developed through the projects. I don't know if you want to write it there, or you prefer just to share it here, because it's not too much time to start working on this Jamboard. As you prefer. Can you see this Jamboard?
Yes.
Yes, we put just this, the only 4 of the competences that are the more nuclear competences. because we knew that we didn't have too much time to work on all of them. So it would be nice if you can identify if they are being promoted through these projects or not, or if they are not, how, if you have some ideas how you can foster them. Let's see if someone writes something. No comments at the moment. Then maybe Laura and Patricia, you can explain if you planned to work on these competences, if you think they have been developed, as we don't have so much time, maybe. Patricia, do you think that these 4 competences have been developed during your project?
Yeah, I think that with this idea of the system thinking competency, I think that we, especially because we have been following also the design thinking methodology, my impression is that yes, that we have been applying, no, or they have been learning how to apply this competence with the different steps that they need to follow, no, in order to evolve their ideas, and because they start little by little, no, first by doing the empathy phase, that is more exploring information and connecting with the problem, the definition, ideation. So I think yes, and also because it has iterative opportunities, no, the design thinking methodology, they can go back and reflect, no, if they can improve some aspects. So I will say yes, yes. That we have maybe Laura.
If you, yes, Laura, do you want to?
Yes. Well, as I said before, we are in constant revision of our projects, and one of the conclusions that we reached with this one, as I was talking to teachers last week to prepare this, that they were not really happy with the conclusions of the debate of the conference, because as I said, 14-year-old students still need to work on this future thinking competency. They're still like attached to their immediate reality. So we think that we need to plan more spaces for that kind of activities in order to help them open their minds to the world, you know. So this is what happened with teens, yeah, that we are supposed, we expect from them that they are able to see towards the future and other realities, and it's very hard. It's still very hard with 14 and 15-year-old students. So we think we need to provide more spaces for that. That's the thing.
Because did you have any specific activity that was?
Yeah, there was a conference.
That objective.
Well, there's the end product was a conference, an actual conference, and still the conclusions they reach are very tight to their immediate life. So we're trying to make them reflect on others' realities, and this movement from myself to the others is still hard to reach, but we're trying. So that's it.
So from these 4 competences, which one do you think you work more on?
We think we work on strategic thinking. Yeah, and we need to still foster the future thinking or even the value thinking, which is, it's hard to work sometimes.
Yes, but in this project, I think
yeah, but
it's very
hard.
important. No, it's hard.
But it's hard to reach quality conclusions from them. Yeah, so we're still working on that and changing activities and introducing activities about to make them think about that. Yeah.
And have you thinking letting participate refugees in the project?
Well, we see, yeah. We haven't thought about that because, as I said before, we worked on other Syrian refugees, but this year we have Ukrainian refugees at school. We considered it, but we didn't do it because the kids we have at school are not ready to talk about that yet. They're in the most rural place, so we didn't want to push them to that. So that's it. But why not?
Yeah. Okay, I think we are on time. I don't know if you have any comment or any question for Patricia and Laura. I think are really interesting projects, both of them very different, but really interesting. And we had not too much time to discuss about how these competences are being developing, but I think yes, you explained it very well. I wonder if we could give some also ideas how to work more on those competences, but the time it's too few. So, but thank you very much for sharing your experiences, because I think they are great and very nice projects. So we should go to the main room. I think there is some. Okay, we were the first ones. She was pressing me to come to this big room, and they still are there. So if you have any other comment about the project? Eduard, any comment about these projects?
No, the 2 of them were very good. I was just following it, but no. I'm always fascinating every time that I learn about one new project. So congratulations.
So I want, in the meantime, I want to congratulate you as well. And I wish I could have been this kind of education when I was a kid. That was very different. I'm not so far away. It's amazing.
I could share something. I'm imagining a time when project-based learning has become so commonplace that we could have a framework of the different SDGs and the different types of projects that have been developed according to the different SDGs, and that this was posted with the world's largest lesson website, and that teachers around the world were going here and trying out different examples and reporting on their successes and ways that the different project-based learning activities were influencing real world problems and real world problem-solving approaches and conferences and meetings, etc.
Yes, that would be really nice. Is our idea of PBL for SDG initiative. We start only in Catalonia, but of course we would love to make it much bigger. But this is the idea, to share all the projects and inspire other teachers and reuse, and would be great that it would be more global platform. For sure, we could learn a lot from people from all over the world.
Okay, thank you very much, both groups, for the work you have done. It has been really